What is up? Hello, friend. Welcome to day 4 of the Better Mix series. My name is Josh West with Cellar Sound, and today we are expanding on yesterday's video where we talked about how to get harsh frequencies out of vocals, and we're going to use that exact same vocal and get some honkiness mid-range sounds out of the vocal using some EQ. But before I get into that, go grab my Ultimate Vocal Preset Bundle. If you're kind of confused on EQ and compression and saturation, this bundle is perfect for you. It's over 30 presets for EQ, compression, and saturation that you can use on your vocals, and it even comes with a free video training that shows you exactly how to put them onto your computer so you can use them inside of GarageBand and how to manipulate them to use on your own vocals. So go grab it. It's at www.cellardoorsound.co/free presets, or just click the link in the bio. All right, let's get right into this vocal. I'm going to play a little bit of the vocal so you can kind of hear how it sounds, and then we're going to attack some of these honky frequencies that we're hearing.
So hard to say it, 'cause I've been in before. No one surrender up my heart and swap it for yours.
All right, so immediately when I hear this vocal, it's kind of like in the last video where I said I heard harsh frequencies, and there's a very specific spot that you go to find those, so go watch that if you haven't. This video kind of expands on it. I hear some honkiness in this vocal, and whenever I hear that honky sound, that mid-rangey sound, I know that I need to go look between 500 hertz right here and about 1K. Somewhere in here, the vocal is too much. So we're going to do the same thing we did in the last video, and we're going to try and find that frequency and then cut it. So the first thing that I notice whenever I grab this cue so we can find our honky sound is that this cue, which is this outline here, is really wide, and we don't really want this to be super wide because right now we're affecting everything from about 100 hertz to about 2K, which is a huge area in the frequency spectrum. So we're going to grab this cue. I'm going to bring it down a little bit by sliding my cursor, clicking and dragging up to make it kind of tight so we can find the specific frequency. So before I do that, I want just to exaggerate what I'm hearing in this vocal so you can hear what's going on. And actually, let me make this cue a little wider just so you can hear this. So I'm going to center it between about 500 and 1K, and this is the honky area in vocals. So I'm going to push play with this boosted so you can hear an exaggerated version of what I'm hearing.
So hard to say it, 'cause I've been in before. No one surrender up my heart and swap it for yours.
All right, so obviously that's exaggerated, but you can hear that frequency that I'm trying to find that's just way too much, and it just makes the vocal sound kind of fake to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get this band and sweep it around and try and find that exaggerated frequency that I'm hearing. If you're having trouble hearing where to find these frequencies immediately, definitely go grab the app Quiz Tones. I'm not affiliated in any way with them, but I used to use them so much when I was first learning audio to learn about frequencies, and the app is really cool. It just plays random frequencies, kind of like a game, and it has multiple choices, and you just pick the frequency that comes out, and it gives you points for getting them quicker and whatever. It's awesome. So it's for Android, and Google I think has it, and Apple. So I'll put links in the description for that. So let's try and find this frequency.
So hard to say it, 'cause I've been in before. No one surrender up my heart and swap it for yours.
All right, this is definitely the frequency. So we're at about 620, 630 hertz here. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to widen this band just a little bit, mainly because when I'm cutting, I never like to have a really tight cue. I feel like it sounds fake. It's not natural. It's not musical. If you have a slightly wide cue here, it's just going to sound so much better. And another thing to keep in mind whenever you're trying to cut frequencies out, especially with this GarageBand EQ, I see so many people just start pulling stuff way down because visually it's like looks right. It's like, oh cool, I'm pulling down a bunch of this frequency. But if you go down to the gain, that's minus 18 dB of gain, and it is way way too much. Little goes a long way here. It's unless something's really bad, I'm not really trying to cut anything at minus 10 or 15 or 20. There's definitely other issues if you're trying to cut that much. So let's go back to 0 at 630. I'm going to push play and slowly bring this down, and I'm trying not to cut too much because it'll make it sound really weird, and I'll show you what that sounds like after we find this.
So hard to say it, 'cause I've been in before. No one surrender up my heart and swap it for yours. I'm out of touch, out of love. Pick you up when you're getting down.
Awesome. So that sounds pretty good right there. We're cutting at minus 5 dB. It doesn't sound like it's too much. The next thing that I always do after I make an adjustment like this is I'll go up to these little colored guys and find the band that we're on, which is this kind of lighter green color. And I'm going to click it and it'll turn off that cue, which is really nice. And then click it on and it turns it back on. So I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to push play and I'm going to turn it off and on and try and make sure that I'm not making the vocal worse. Let's try it.
So hard to say it, 'cause I've been in before. No hard to say it, 'cause I've been in before. So hard to say it, 'cause I've been in before. No one surrender up my heart and swap it for yours.
Awesome. So that EQ change is definitely helping. It's immediately starting to make the vocal a lot more polished and clean sounding. The last thing I want to show you really quick is what happens whenever you're cutting way too much of really any frequency. But we're going to take this guy, it's at minus 5. I'm going to bring it all the way down to something that looks visually appealing. And let's hear what this sounds like.
So hard to say it, 'cause I've been in before. No one surrender up my heart.
So the life's out of it. It's not round anymore. It sounds like something's missing to me, which is an immediate sign that something's wrong. And I would find that out pretty quickly if I turn this off and on. So let's turn it off and push play.
So hard to say it, 'cause I've been in before.
And let's turn it on.
No one surrender up my heart.
Awesome.
Swap it.
So it's too much, taking out too much. So we're going to go back to minus 5, maybe. There we go. All right, and that is today's video, Honky Frequencies. If you have any questions about any of this, definitely put them in the comments, and I will reply to those. And if you have not gotten it, I definitely recommend that you go grab my Ultimate Vocal Presets bundle. Over 30 presets for EQ, compression, and saturation, all for you, for your vocals, and it comes with a free training that shows you how to put them in your computer and how to manipulate them so that they sound awesome, because that's what we want in this Better Mix series, is for your music, your vocals, everything that you're doing to sound much better and cleaner and ready to be streamed and ready to share to your friends and your family and your fans. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for day 5 of the Better Mix series. Peace, guys.